It is no secret anymore that the Marvel Cinematic Universe, which revolutionized the cinema industry and entirely changed our outlook on cinema as a whole, has been on a downward spiral ever since Avengers Endgame 2019. The fourth phase of the MCU has been the most lackluster, cringeworthy and mediocre phase of the franchise so far, with most of the movies lacking the quality they have been known to produce so consistently over the years. Even the so-called better movies like Spider-Man No Way Home or Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 felt way too overrated for my liking. They were just above average at the very best. The worst part about the recent MCU movies for me personally is the fact that most of those movies are like one big bundle of forced comedy and forced jokes with a generic storyline. I honestly do not feel the need to go and watch them on the big screen. I prefer to wait for their digital release on OTT platforms. On the other hand, we are witnessing the rise of another cinematic universe, which has suddenly caught the attention of the world by storm. I am talking about none other than Legendary Studios' Monsterverse, which started back in 2014 with Godzilla the movie. Ever since then, the franchise has been slowly making its place in the hearts of people across the world and is slowly on its way to become the biggest and hottest thing in cinema in the very near future. The box office collections of the Monsterverse movies is still not on par with their MCU counterparts, but it doesn't change the fact that they are making rounds among people as a better alternative to the dying Marvel franchise. Let me make it clear to you that I am a big fan of the Marvel Cinematic Universe because it has given me so much entertainment and happiness over the years, but there is no denying the fact that the current version of the MCU that we are witnessing is entirely different from what the franchise was before Avengers Endgame. In the same way, I have been a big fan of Godzilla all my life. And it is almost a dream come true for me to see him as the poster boy of this big whole new cinematic universe that the world is suddenly beginning to focus on. And if someone is to replace the dying Marvel Cinematic Universe, I would more than love it to be the Monsterverse. Now I would like to go into a bit more detail and analyze the reasons which makes me feel that the Monsterverse will surpass and become bigger than the MCU in the very near future. Before I go further into this topic, I would like to inform you that only 5% of my viewers from the last few videos have actually subscribed to my channel. I want all of you, my dear friends, to understand that each and every one of your subscriptions and likes are the only reason which motivates me to make videos on your favorite comic book movies and shows. So I make a humble request to take out 1 second of your time to subscribe to my channel and leave a like on this video. It really means a lot. Okay, now let us dive right into the main topic of this video. The first reason I would like to consider to prove my point is the complexity of movies of both the franchises. It goes without saying that the Monsterverse is just starting and the franchise is taking its time to build the whole world of Titans and Monarch. As a result, the stories are easier to follow. On the other hand, the MCU movies have reached an advanced stage where the concept of multiverse is a very common selling point for their movies. It is observed that the common people cannot relate to most of their current movies because they are often revolved around powerful cosmic-level threats, ignoring the needs and problems of the common people of Earth. So, not only the MCU movies are far more complex, but they are also very unrelatable to the common public. The next point is the presence of iconic characters. There is no denying that the MCU comprised of some of the most iconic larger-than-life characters during the start of their journey, like Iron Man, Thor, Captain America, Hulk, Black Panther, Doctor Strange and Spider-Man. They were so iconic that even taking these names sends goosebumps through my spine, and we would never get tired of watching them. But the current group of characters have not managed to replicate their predecessors, courtesy of some really bad writing. Even some of the past Avengers who are still part of the current phase of the MCU, like the Hulk and Thor, have almost become sort of like a parody version of their former self. One of the worst victims in this regard is the Hulk, who was once a monster during his initial run for the MCU. But the current version of MCU's Hulk is nothing but one big disrespect to the character from the source material. On the other hand, the Monsterverse is just getting started, and every single Titan present in that universe feels larger than life and a force to be reckoned with. There is nothing funny about these monsters, and the movies treat them with the respect they deserve, unlike the MCU. The third reason is superhero fatigue. Over the last few years we have been exposed to so much superhero contents that the charm and excitement associated with these movies have completely faded away. Remember how excited we were to watch Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man or the X-Men movies while we were little kids? The excitement and thrill of seeing our favorite superheroes in live action was something that I cannot express in words. And I am not going to lie when I say that I kind of felt the same when I was about to watch Godzilla vs. Kong 2 years ago. I have grown up watching Godzilla movies as well as other popular dinosaur movies. I have also had the chance to witness Peter Jackson's King Kong as a kid, and I still believe that is the best monster movie to be ever made, along with Godzilla King of the Monsters. I remember not being able to control my tears towards the end of that movie. And to see these titans, be it Godzilla or Kong or King Ghidorah, inside a well-structured cinematic universe is nothing less than a dream come true for the child inside me. This is something entirely unique for fans, because if we are being honest, we never would have thought we would end up getting a shared cinematic universe based on kaijus and titans. I never even thought this would be possible. This is one of the biggest reasons why I am so excited for the future of the Monsterverse. The fourth reason is the tone of the movies. Some of the newer MCU movies are outright funny and goofy, filled with boring forced comedy. Some of the examples are She-Hulk, Thor: Love and Thunder, and Hawkeye. While others like Moon Knight, Loki, Secret Invasion, Doctor Strange 2 and the Eternals almost feel like a part of a different franchise because their tone is so different from the first group of movies that I mentioned. It produces a kind of discontinuity within the same universe. While if you look at the Monsterverse movies, every movie has a dark, horrifying, mysterious vibe attached to it, which really makes them so much more appealing to watch. I kind of expected this with the DCEU, but after Zack Snyder was fired, there is literally no difference between DCEU and MCU movies. Legendary Studios has managed to maintain the tone of the movies consistent across every single movie, as well as the TV shows. Even the Netflix original animated series Skull Island, which released earlier this month, was able to maintain the dark tone of the Monsterverse. This really makes us feel like all the movies truly belong within the same universe, and it really adds so much more value to the experience of watching them. The last reason is entertainment value associated with the experience of watching the movies on the big screen. The thing with the Monsterverse movies is that you can only experience the real excitement and fun of watching a monster movie on the big screen. The experience of watching a giant 300 feet tall monster destroying the city can only be experienced to the fullest while watching it in IMAX or 3D. It does not feel the same watching them on your TV or laptop screens. While there are MCU movies which can be compared in scale to these monster movies, or some of them even manage to surpass them, but they are far in between. The majority of the current MCU movies could be viewed on TV or on OTT platforms and we wouldn't miss a thing. So, the Monsterverse movies have a higher possibility of earning more at the box office than the average MCU movie. So, that is why the Monsterverse has such a bright future. That is all for this video. Let me know if you agree with these points in the comments below. And please do not forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.